Hey, I'm Dave. I know I don't have any of the fancy recording equipment or anything here. I'm just recording from the iPhone, but I figured I would give this a shot, see if it helps anybody understand some of these concepts I'm talking about. So I'm going to start from assuming that you already know about whole steps and half steps. For instance, like on the guitar, each fret has a half step. 2 frets would be a whole step. 3 frets would be a step and a half, so on and so forth. So, for instance, if you start on the E string and you just go up a fret at a time, you start on E is open, F is the first fret, F sharp, next G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E, so on and so forth. I'm going to pick up talking about the major scales, which you'll also hear referred to as major keys. What that has to do with, it's just a sequence, a formula kind of whole steps and half steps that create a certain sound. This one is the kind of happy, feel good, sound you'll hear, the kind of brighter, maybe you might say, in certain songs, as compared to minor, which is darker, more somber overall. Like a major key, you think like Brown Eyed Girl, Hey, where you go? Days when the winds came down in the hollow, playing the game. That kind of thing, as opposed to like a minor key, let's say Ain't No Sunshine. Bill Withers, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. So on and so forth. That kind of thing. That one's in a minor key. So today we're going to start with major keys. So in order, all the notes in the melody, the instruments, all the pitches, come from that scale, for the most part. Eventually you can have alterations and you can change things, but basically speaking, when you have that kind of happier sounding, happier sound, I guess, you have the major scale. So we're going to talk about how to get that one. So that one is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da, do, a, deer, that kind of thing, So let's say we just start from the open E. With a major scale, you're going to have this combination, this sequence of whole steps and half steps that goes like this. You're going to have open, so that's E, then you're going to go a whole step to F sharp here, and then you're going to go another whole step to G sharp, and then a half step to A, whole step to B, whole step to C sharp, whole step to D sharp, half step to E. So what we did, we went whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So you can think of that like a formula, like whole, half, whole, half. You can also think of it as whole, half, and whole, half joined in the middle by a whole. So we go whole, half, and the whole step, and then we go whole, half again. So whole, half, and whole, half joined in the middle from here by that whole step. So that gives you that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That kind of sound. So now you can also do the same thing and go down a string and do the same frets. And now you have an A major scale. So that was an E major scale. Now we do A major. So we just go whole, half, whole, half. So we get do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you can do the same thing now on the D string. And you get a D major scale. So G string, any string, you can, on any open string, you can do those same frets, and you get that sound, that major scale. So eventually, we can talk about that. I refer to it as horizontal playing, kind of more. You're going this way, up and down the neck. You can eventually make it more of a vertical way of playing the scale. So now you're going to go from string to string and stay in one position. So let's say we took that E major scale, and instead of climbing up one string, now we stayed in one place and did the same notes, because this was E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So now we do the same thing, coming here from E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. This call one octave. We're back to E there. F sharp, G sharp, A, and then here you can do the B here, or the open B, and C sharp, D sharp, E. You can go further if you want, F sharp, G sharp, but those are the notes within that position for that scale. So E, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Then you can go backwards, so that's ascending the scale going up. Now we can come back down, descending, or descending, descending. Going back, so that was just coming up. The same notes we had coming up here, you know. So that thing there is then finding those notes on those other strings. So now, before doing that shape, I'd actually recommend first memorizing a more movable shape. On the, you don't have to. Anytime you have open strings, it kind of makes it harder to move it up because, you know, this one's not a finger. It's just, you're not pressing down. You know, so for what I'd say is, let's take one lower, pressing down, you know, you can call it stopping the notes or fretting the notes, you know, and moving that. With guitar, it's nice because you can just take that same formation and then just move it to another key and you just play the same thing up relative to one another on the higher on the fretboard, wherever you want to. So, let's say we did the same thing from G, you know, so now we start on G, and we go whole, half, then that connecting whole step, and we go whole, half, whole, half, whole, half. You can think of it like a beat too, whole, half, whole, half. Yeah, so a fancy word for this is they call these tetrachords. We have like Tetris, you know, groups of 4 notes. So G, A, B, C is one tetrachord, and then D, E, F sharp, back to G is the other one, 4 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's again horizontal. That's on one string. So now let's go vertical. So we're going to start from here on G, and then now you could also do an open string version of this scale and do G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, that kind of thing. But now what we want to talk about is taking this and creating a more movable shape, you know, that we can then just take the same thing and just move it easily to other keys. So with G, so we're going to go G to A, so we're going to go 3 to 5 here, middle pinky, G, A, and then B on the next string on the 2nd fret. So we went 3, 5 here on the 6th string, 2nd fret on the next string is B, G, A, B, 3rd fret is C, same string on the A string, the 5th string, D on the 5th fret, so G, A, B, C, D, then 2nd fret on the next string, E, F sharp is the 4th fret, G, 5th fret, so 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. That's one octave, you know. Now first, if you want, you can get comfortable with that octave and move it to other keys. Like let's say now you want to pick another note, B flat. Just start in B flat, do the same thing, relative to one another. So going middle, pinky, pointer, ring, pinky. And again, we're using kind of with the playing a position here where one finger, your pointer gets 1 fret, then middle will get the notes of the next, ring will get the notes of the next, pinky here, that kind of thing. So each finger gets 1 fret like that. So if we move this up, so here, back on G, we had 1 finger per fret, you know, so we had middle, pinky, pointer, ring, pinky, now we're doing B flat. Middle, pinky, pointer, ring, pinky. And then you can move it up to, you know, D flat. Do the same thing. You know, here we are, D flat, F, G flat, A flat, that kind of thing. So then the next thing I would say, if you're comfortable with that, would then be adding the next octave. So we're going to G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, which we just did. Now the next string we go pointer, ring, pinky again, and then we go middle, pinky. So this B string is like what we did on the low E, just for just 2 frets, just the 3rd and 5th. Now eventually you can add this 2nd fret. This note here, F sharp, is also in that scale. But right now we're not doing that, so the 5th, not confusing. We're trying to start from G. We don't want to start from the 7th, from T, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. We're trying to start from do. Do, you know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You and now re, mi, fa, so, la. So we got up to here, 3, 5 here, and then pointer middle here on this thin string. Now you can also add your pinky here to 5 if you want. Now we've gone past do to re. So if you're doing all the notes within that position, yes, you have this note and you also have this low F sharp. If we're just going G to G, we start here on G and we end on this G. It's E, F, F sharp, G. So we're going to go, so 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3, like that. And then we're going ascending, then we also want to go descending. Then we have 3, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 5, 5, 3, sorry, saying it and playing it. So now we've created a vertical version of that scale. We have now, so then you can move the same thing. You go up to B flat like we did before. We did the first octave, then pointer, ring, pinky, middle, pinky, pointer, middle, and again, if you want that note, you can, the next note you can get in there, and then you just go backwards. That kind of thing. I'm playing a little funky higher up on my neck here because I'm trying to angle the guitar to get it in the picture here. So that was all right. Or normally I'd say to pick this high up back here more, but it's just the angle I'm trying to do it here. So also to get you can see my right hand. Yeah, you can do the same thing. Move it to D flat. The same thing wherever. So you have that movable shape. Now another thing you can do with that eventually then is to practice patterns within that scale, I'd say. So for instance, 1 would just be going into, let's say we number every scale degree. So we have 1, 2, and now we're not talking frets, we're talking scale degrees. 1, first scale degree, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then we're back to 1 again, to the G there. So now if we go, for instance, 1, 2, so it's first scale degree, 2nd scale degree, then 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Now we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And so 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. That kind of thing. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1. I can't say it because the frets are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Not that hard once you get going with it. So that's one pattern you can do. Now, any pattern like that, what I'd suggest is starting with a down. So this way you'd be starting on a downbeat. So you're playing with a metronome, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That creates what's called a syncopated feel, where it's switching on the up. Instead of like if you're tapping your foot, it's on the and with the beat. 1 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it makes you feel like the beat is coming earlier than it is, kind of makes you feel like the beat is shifting. So that's one way you can do it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Another one is to start on the upstroke and come in on the and to the beat. So now it's more of what they call a Gogic stress. So Gogic, I think I get that right. Where it's on the beat instead of now it's like down, down, down. So now you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you got to start on the end and 1 and 2 and, or hold on, I'm doing it backwards. Hold on, you gotta mess away and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if that makes sense. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So I'm alternating, picking down, up, down, up. Now I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So that's one pattern you can do. Another one would be now to do threes. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, then back to sorry, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That kind of thing. This is a little bit of a funky angle for me, but yeah. That kind of thing, you know. Going up and down, so that's starting with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, that kind of G, A, B, C, B, C, D. So you have that, and then you can also do the same thing starting on the up stroke instead of the down. So that's another one you can do. Another one you can do is in fours now. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, I keep saying that. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, so 1, 2. That kind of thing, yeah. This ankle is kind of a little wacky, but yeah, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Then you can do it in fives. You can keep doing the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want, however far you want to take that, you know, always trying to, you know, starting with the downstroke, starting the upstroke. So that's one kind of model you can use for different patterns. You know, is just keep adding, you know, a number 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So another one you can do that's common is skip a note, where now you're going to go G, B. Now you're creating what we call thirds, where you're going G, if you just refer to every letter as a number, and the same way we were talking about before with the scale degrees. So G would be 1, A would be 2, B would be C, D would be so G, A, B, C, that kind of thing. G would be 1, A would be 2, B would be 3, so on and so forth. So, so now from here to here, the would be a third, you know, and then here to here would also be a third. So you'd be G, B, A, C, you know, so on and so forth. B, D, you know, G, B, A, C, B, D. Those intervals are called thirds. That kind of thing. So you're skipping a note each time like that. So you're going, you know, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. That kind of thing. And then you can also do it starting with the up. That kind of thing. And same thing, coming on the and when you're starting the up, coming on the up beat rather than the down beat. If you're practicing with a metronome or tapping your foot, you know, have the up match up with the up of your foot, you know. So you have that one. Then you can also do skip 2 notes. So now you're going to skip G, skip A and B, skip to C. So G, C. Now you're creating intervals of what are called fourths. You know, so now you have G, A, B, C. So 4, G, C, and B to E. That kind of thing. So you're doing. Sorry, no, that's third. I gotta get with it here. G, C, and then A, B. So the strings are tuned to fourths. It's called quartal, like Q-U. I try to say it in a way that's something. Quartal, like C-H-O-R-D-A-L. That's different. Quartal, Q-U-A-R-T-A-L, like quintal, quartal. Sounds fancy, but when you tune all your strings except for the G and the B, that's a third, which is G, A, B. The rest are fourths or quartal. You know, so you have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G. So because of that, when we have fourths, it's called a perfect fourth. We'll talk about that maybe in another session of this, but it's going to be on the same fret on all the strings except for the G. You know, the fifth here, and the fourth. It looks like this. It's late. I'm getting tired. Looks like that. So you know, if you move that up, now you've got this. So on G to B, it looks different. You know, but for the rest of them, you know, that's all. But because they're fourths, then a fourth would just be the same thing. So that's what this looks like when you do these fourths. That's a fourth, that's a fourth, that's a fourth. Now, once in a while, you want a funky one. When you go up the scale here, you get this one, which is called an augmented fourth. So they're not on the same fret. That's like your Nirvana heart-shaped box, you know, Maria, the Simpsons, that kind of thing. You know, so again, talk about that more. Right now, it's called a different kind of fourth. So so you get that funky on there, that augmented fourth, or tritone is another fancy term for that. We can again maybe in a different session talk about that. So G C A D B E C F sharp D G E A F sharp B, so on and so forth. You can do so fourth. You can do with that one. Same thing, ascending, descending. Start with downs, come on the downbeat. Start with ups, come in on the upbeat. Then fifths. Now you can skip another note. So now you're skipping here to here. So you're going G D, G A B C D. A B C D E. That kind of thing. So G B A E B F sharp C D G D A E B. That kind of thing. Now then again, you run into this funky one, which is the same. We called it a fourth before, but it's also called a diminished fifth. Let's talk about that another time. Just right now, you just have to kind of accept it as it is. It's funky. So that funky interval can be a fifth or a fourth. It's called a diminished fifth or an augmented fourth. It can be either one. Just depends on the context. Another lesson, but for now, just accept that is also it's a fifth now. So on and so forth, and so fifth, so on and so fifth, I guess now, right? Same kind of thing. You can move those. So you can keep going with that. You can keep doing different intervals. Do sixths, do sevenths, do octaves. If you want any of those combinations, just so you're not playing straight through the scale all the time. I mean, eventually you don't want to just do patterns either, but it's a way to break up. You will hear little, parts of those patterns in solos and things. Like Kirk Hammett, for instance. Is that Fade to Black? He does that too. Kind of thing, like same kind of walk. Then you can also do skip a note, which now creates a triad, they call that. So they can be major chords, your minor chords, or those are triads. That's where you go like this. So now we're saying G, skip A, B, skip C, D. So now we're going skip. So we're going like this. So this is root third, fifth. They call that. 1, 3, 5. Then if you do it from here now, this is a 1. This is 2, 4, 6. But it's like within that chord, it's a root third, fifth of its own. Like here we go G, B, D. So we're skipping G, skip A, B, skip C, D. Then we go to the next one. A, skip a note, skip B. C, skip D, E, A, C, E. G, B, D, A, C, E. Then we do the same thing here. B, skip C, D, skip E, F sharp. B, D, F sharp. Then we do the same thing here. C, skip D, E, skip F sharp, G. So we're going G, B, D, A, C, E. That kind of thing. So those are creating what's called, I have a couple fancy words here. Your diatonic triads. Diatonic, for right now, we'll just say means, you're just using notes from the scale, from that formula of whole steps and half steps. You're not altering anything. You're not doing any of this kind of wacky stuff. Any of that, chromatic, there's half steps, yes, but then not another half step after that half step, right? Then those half steps are divided, spaced out with whole steps between other notes, and then the half step, whole step, now another half steps. You don't have chromatic notes where just half steps on a row like that. So diatonic triads, those are the triads we're talking about. The major, scale, major key that are just come naturally within that whole half. We talk about whole half. So it's like we're going like this. Skip this note. G, B, skip this note here. So G, skip A, B, skip C, D, G, B, D, B, G, like that, and then going up to the next one. A, skip B, C, skip D, E, so, so on and so forth. We're doing like that. So now we're doing triads. G, B, D, that's G major, G, B, D, A, C, E is A minor, B, D, F sharp is B minor, C, E, G, C major, D, F sharp A is D major, E, G, B is E minor, F sharp A, C is F sharp diminished, and then you're back to G, G, B, D. So you have your 7 triads: G, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and F sharp diminished, and then you're back to where you started. So eventually you can then apply that to the chords. So you have your G major, say we're in the key of G. Again, this means we're using that scale. G is your 1 chord, G, B, D. All these notes are just G's, B's, and G's. G, B, D, G, B, G. Or you can play D here. You can kind of double them, however, as long as what's called the root of the chord is in the bass. So G, B, D. A minor is A, C, E. So this goes A, E, A, C, E. Just all A's, C's, and E's. B minor, B, F sharp, B, D, F sharp, all B, C's, and F sharps. C, G, C, G, C, E, that kind of thing. D, E minor, F sharp diminished. You don't see this chord often in popular music. It's kind of a wacky chord, yeah, really dissonant. Normally you see another chord instead, which we talk about again on a different lesson, I guess, or whatever. But so normally you kind of omit that one in terms of playing chords, strumming. If you see it in rock music, sometimes you'll see just this, like if you're familiar with your power chord, which again talk about in another lesson. But where you go like this, 2, 4, 4, for instance, that's an F sharp power chord. An F sharp diminished lowers this note a fret. So now you have, instead of 2, 4, 4, you have 2, 3, 4. So this is instead of F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F, C sharp, F, C, F sharp, F, C, F sharp. So sometimes in rock you will see that, but only that. So it's missing a note, the third of the chord, because you have 2 F sharps, it's just octaves, and then this C, which is again that tritone, that wacky interval that sometimes can be a fourth, sometimes can be a fifth, augmented fourth or diminished fifth. So, so for instance, Stacy's mom. Stacy, can't you see you're just not the girl for me? That kind of thing, So you have that chord. Now the full chord would look like this. That's your whole triad. So a lot of times you see that, but that's somewhat of a tangent there. So the main thing I was trying to show was that, okay, we go back to these arpeggios, C, G, B, D. Arpeggio means we're just picking the note of the chord rather than like a scale that goes G, A, B, C, D. We're skipping some notes like this to create the chord notes. So now this is an arpeggio. Oh, yeah. This is an arpeggio too. GBD is your G major, A, C, E, B, D, F sharp, C, E, G, D, F sharp, A. So that's just, arpeggiating, the notes from these chords: G, A minor, B minor, C major, D, E, E minor, F sharp diminished, and back to G. And so, and then you keep repeating. So you had 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That kind of thing. So that's another one you can do, and same thing, alternating downs and ups, and then going up and down, ascending, descending, and then you could also then skip another note, which eventually gives you your 7 chords. So G, B, D, skip your 6, which is E. So G, you're skipping A, B, you're skipping C, D, you're skipping E, F sharp, you're going like this: root, third, fifth, seventh. You know, so we're going G, B, D, F sharp. Right. So G, B, D, F sharp. Then A, C, E, G. So this is called a G major 7, and then you have an A minor 7. You know, B minor 7, C major 7, that kind of thing. D7. So then you can also get your diatonic 7 chords, which you know, maybe I'll explain in another one of these. So yeah, so there's some things to practice with the major scale. You can see how much it kind of you know, I don't know, it blossoms or something from how it grows out of that, all the things you can do with that, and then moving it to other keys. Now, another thing I would say that really helps with all of that is to work on understanding the circle of fifths. You know, so events of the circle of fifths has more to do with talking about the notes like in the key, for like if it has sharps in it or flats, 1 sharp, 2 sharps, 3 sharps, things like that. So yeah, maybe I'll save that for another video, see what happens with this one. So anyway, hopefully that wasn't too confusing and I didn't bounce around too much. And yeah, hopefully that maybe helps understand some of those concepts and some ideas of things to do rather than just playing straight through a scale. You know, some things you come up with, you know, you can make up any patterns you want, really. Yeah, that's part of the fun of it, you know, eventually. So, but those are, you know, some that are tried and true you can try. So, all right, see you maybe next time.